I first started working on the Northern Gateway project about 8 years ago. And the first people who really engaged on this project, who instantly saw its danger, were the carriers economy. And two incredibly passionate and talented First Nations women had the file for the Carriers County Tribal Council, Andrew Sam and Tara Marston. They took Enbridge to court and Enbridge backed off. But we knew they would be back, and they are. Since then, a lot of industries have felt the power of the Skeena in northern communities. I know a lot of folks feel that you can't stop the oil industry, especially when their paid sycophants are the governments of Canada and Alberta. These same people don't want Enbridge, their pipelines from hell, but they feel disempowered and scared. And I bet we all feel that way some mornings, and we wonder, will these people ever give up and leave us alone? But here's a message of hope. No one has ever faced up to the international salmon farm industry and simply kicked them out, but we did. No one, any place in the world, has ever faced up to Shell Oil, one of the largest companies in the world, and beat them down. But the Tahltan did. And Skeena communities, First Nations and settler, had their backs. My daughter helped organize a rally that saw 500 people marching through the streets of a northern BC town that was built on the extraction of natural resources. And that was phenomenal. Many of you were there. And today the president of the Tahltan is here, and she's got our backs. They are the caretakers of the headwaters of the Skeena, and they are fierce and proud, and they're formidable. Some have called them renegades, but I call them the hope for the future, a community trying to find their way in a complex and troubled world and find it with dignity and reason and justice. The record of our communities is clear and it's unequivocal. We want development that is sustainable and appropriate, and have insisted and are insisting that we will lead the conversation as to what is sustainable and appropriate. I'm going to quote Nathan Cullen. Here. Being against Enbridge doesn't make me anti-development, it makes me anti-stupid. So we can stop this project for Pell. In fact, we're the only ones that can. I'm a pretty senior member of what some call the BC environmental movement. Some describe it less kindly. But you need to know this. Don't expect the environmental movement to save the day. They can't. The power to do this, to stop this project once and for all, is right here and it's right now. We're fighting for our homes, for our futures, and for our families. The oil companies have billions of dollars to try and buy a social license for evil. But Harper and Redford and Enbridge are going to learn a hard lesson if they try to force this down our throats. We own the streets. They are our streets, it's our river, it's our salmon, it's our home, and we are adamant and strong, and this is where the line has been drawn in the sand. This isn't about the NDP or the Liberals or the Conservatives. This isn't about right or left. This is about right and wrong, and it's about democracy. We are headed down some dangerous roads, and this is what the National Day of Action is about. Taking a different road that is smarter, more hopeful, and more responsible. We stopped fish farms, we stopped Shell Oil, and Skeena communities did that. Tahltans and Wet'suwet'ens, Haidas and Tsimshians, Nisga'a and Haisla did that. Settlers, loggers, fishermen, teachers, students, kids, elders, all of us did that. There's a line in a Bob Dylan song that says, "Something is happening here, and you don't know what it is, do you, Mr. Jones?" Well, Harper, you sent your ministers out trying to sell us this broken down wreck of a project, and I will tell you what's going on. It's called a folk storm. It's called people waking up. It's about wanting democracy and wanting our country back. And I'll leave you with this. If we are going to take that different road, then it has to start here. If not here, then where? Not now, then when? And if not us, then who? It might get ugly, but this project is dead because we said so.
Right on, Bruce. I think Bruce raised a very valid point. He said that